I'm Kezia Mamai from Teso North, Kapurke Cluster. I'm happy I'm a delegate just because of what I've done. I saved about 400 shares and I have a FOSA account where I earn my salary. This being in Faridi I'm proud of it because since I joined Faridi, I've not had any financial problems. When I have an issue like paying the school fees of my children, I just go to Faridi, the front account or the back account, then I get the money I want, I go settle my issues, and I live as a happy woman in the community. Also, when farming is on, I go for emergency loans. I take those emergency loans, then I do my farming, which is like a business in my family. I sell some, I eat some, and that one motivates me to be in Faridi more.
My name is Andrew Moya. I've been an active member of Faridi Sacco Society. I've been a member for the last 17 years, and the reasons why I feel to be a proud member is because the Sacco has been steadily growing, the Sacco has been stable, and the leadership of the Sacco has also ensured that the Sacco has been stable all through. On the facilities of the loan, being a member, I feel proud because you take a loan from the Sacco at the end of the year, there are dividends. You plow back from the money you put in the Sacco. So sometimes it's more or less you're operating on zero interest on your loan. I'm also happy because the numbers have been growing. We are now over 23,000 members, and that's an indicator that the Sacco is in the right trajectory. I also want to say that over time the Sacco has now grown and it's accommodating other members of the society, particularly those ones who are doing businesses and those who are also employed in other sectors. And that makes our numbers to grow, and I know our strength is in numbers. We're looking forward to see this Sacco grow beyond this level, and I'm proud to say that I'm a happy member of the Faridi Sacco Society. I am here to stay. I'm not going anywhere because I believe in this Sacco and I believe in the growth of the Sacco, and this is where we have invested. And the Holy Book says that where your treasure is where your heart is. So this is where our heart is, and I'm a proud member of Faridi Sacco Society. Thank you so much.
We just want to hollow your name even because of this day. Papa, we want to thank you because of the free gift of life and health that you have bestowed upon us. Father, we want to thank you because of even the journey masses that you have gathered us from different destinations and brought us into this place for one purpose, to deliberate matters Faridi. Father, as we begin, I want to commit this meeting unto your honorable hands. We ask that you illuminate our understanding, that you illuminate our minds, that Papa, you charge us with the delegation and the mandate of the day. Father, we thank you because of every person, every delegate, and every leader that has come under this roof. As we begin, I pray May our interpretation travel at the speed of our consensus this day. Even when we bump into touchy issues, Papa, we ask for understanding, we ask for knowledge, we ask for your wisdom. When we jog into a place of paralysis, may analysis be guided by the grace. Thank you, Papa, because even of financial literacy that you are going to be enacted this day. As we begin, Father, we call upon you. By the end, may all the glory and all the honor come back to you. Thank you, Papa, because you have done it. We give you glory, we honor you, because you are worthy. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray to us in him.
Amen. For the above meeting to take place at Farmview Hotel, Lucia at 8 a.m. The agenda shall be 1. Reading and confirmation of the previous meeting's minutes. 2. Matters arising from the previous meetings. 3. Receiving and confirmation of the management report. 4. Receiving and confirmation of the supervisory report. 5. Receiving and confirmation of the auditor's report for the year ended 31st December 2025 and disposal of surplus. 6. Receiving and approval of the proposed spending operating budget for the year 2027. 7. Appointment of Society's Auditor 2026. 8. Approval of borrowing powers 2026. 9. Ratification of elections. Mr. Godfrey Saidi Bunyara North, Felix Omalalu Teso West, Dick Onyango Samia South in the management, and Mrs. Menda Modo Teso Central of the supervisory are due to retire by rotation and being eligible to offer themselves for re-election. Delegates are reminded to carry their latest payslips and national identity card for proper identification. Yours faithfully, for and on behalf of the Faridi DT Sacco Society Limited, Felix Omalalu, Board Secretary, by order of the board.
Number 575681, I propose.
My name is Linda Benedict Nabwire. I'm a sales agent of Samia North. Thank you.
Good morning. Morning. My name is Odemo Henrika, sales rep Bunyala North.
Good morning. Morning. I'm Musuni Melvin, sales representative Marachi East.
Good morning. Morning. I'm Lino Poti, sales agent Teso West.
Okay, good morning. Good morning. My name is Crispus Maloba, sales agent Samia South.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Renat Garo. I'm the sales agent Buhari East, Big Lake.
Thank you.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good and that is His nature wonderful.
My name is Rosemary Yoba, sales representative Marachi West. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Mali Nohumu, sales agent Sierra Town.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm Omjera Filian, sales agent Teso South. Morning.
Morning.
I'm Sitati Sara, sales rep Bungoma. God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good and that is His nature wonderful.
Ishulan Irene, sales agent Teso North. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Wandera Terin. I'm the ICT assistant for Faridi DT Sacco.
Jambo.
Jambo.
Majina anaitwa David Sonoma, Brand Manager National Credit. Thank you.
Good morning. Akode Dori, Tela, Malaba.
Good morning, all.
Morning.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good and that is His nature.
I'm Nato Koche, admin secretary, and also acting HR.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Lydia Madara, branch manager for Victoria.
Good morning. My name is Wilson Wesonga, head of marketing.
Jambo lote. Jina ni Eugene Bwire, charge of ICT.
These are the minutes of the meeting held on 1st March 2025. at St. Joseph's Lucia Girls Grounds. The agenda was reading and confirmation of the previous meeting's minutes, matters arising from the previous minutes, receiving and confirmation of the management report, receiving and confirmation of the supervisory report, receiving and confirmation of the auditor's report for the year ended 31st December 2024, and disposal of surplus, receiving and approval of the proposed operating budget for the year 2026, appointment of societies auditors 2025, approval of borrowing powers. Number 9, ratification of elections. Attendance, we had the 9 board of directors present, led by the chair, Brother Godfrey Saidi. The supervisory, all the 3 members were present, led by the chair, Brother Clement Odhiambo. Management staff were all present, led by the CPA, the CEO of CPA, Samai Dismas. On page 5, our chief guest was CPA Anthony Mudhe Nziru. We had CS Akwara Joshua, Director Cooperatives, Confessor Kiru, NAT BBS, Daniel Shem Muria, NAT Education Scheme, Bernardo Moloi, NAT TESO, Peter Pasamong, retired Faridi Director, Wilberforce Ouma, CIC Group, Vincent Unsumbi, CIC Group, CPA Jackson Metosi Associates, CPA Martin Wesonga, Jackson Metosi Associates, Ongelech Francis Okaron, NAT BC Pamkura, Oscar Obasie, NAT Assistant Executive Secretary TESO, George Guang, Corp Officer TESO North, Amos Ayeko, Corp Officer Nambale, Teba Stephen BBS Treasurer TESO, Stewart Mudei, Corp Department, Magero Mheshimiwa NAT Busia, James E. Kalio, CDE Busia, Ngeto Jackson, TSC CD Busia, Kasiba Geoffrey, NAT Executive Secretary TESO, James Osikeli, Chairman County Capture, Noah Pong, BBS Amurai, Okuku Wandera, NAT BBS Treasurer, Maxwell Obai, Uteiko Home Secretary, Majale Gwire Justin, NAT Chair Busia, Alex Omoit, NAT Chair TESO, Rosa Bai, NAT Treasurer TESO, Konde Elda, BTBBS, Anthony Wanga, NAT Vice Executive Secretary Busia, Carola Sayugi, Returning Officer, Sacco Board Elections, Feni Onganga, Regional Marketing Cusco Limited, Alex Aemba, Branch Manager Cusco Bungoma, Oyuga Lawi, Cusco Limited, Honorable Olunga Paul Ekwenye, CCM, Sports and Culture, Honorable Museo Lakachuna, CCM, Cooperatives and Trade, Dr. Nicodemus Anyan, TSC Commissioner, Epil Okwara Ekirapa Ichu, Anne Claire, CSO TSC, Joan Tanui, Kobang Busia, John Bosco Nsongo, Kobang Busia, Okoth Patel, BTBBS Chair, Zebedi Lusimbo, Sub-County Cooperative Officer Matayos, John Kelvin Etiang, Director, CE&F, Quinto Idiama, Chair Education Scheme, James Ogulo, BBS TESO, Wilson Odhiambo Odwor, Sub-County Corp Officer Bunyala, Richard Shilaro, Board Member IG Sacco, Adija Sitati, BBS Secretary Busia, Busia is not correctly written, Patrick Omoto Mulamba, NAT Executive Secretary Busia, NEC Western, Berasa, Bernard BC Samia, Onjoro Rosemary, Kepsha Nambale Chair, Usumba Justin, NAT Branch Woman Rep Busia, Kayne Mojong BBS TESO, Maurice Papa Itela, Education Scheme TESO, Fred Odaro Naku, Corp Officer Samia, Christabel Wanyama, Sub-County Corp Officer Butler. The meeting was called to order at 9:15 a.m. and member Philip Ochorikodi said the opening prayer. The secretary then read a notice convening the meeting. The notice was proposed by member Cook Michael, TSC 246654, and member Donald Mass, TSC 426968, seconded. Minute 1, reading and confirmation of the previous minutes. The Home Secretary read the previous minutes, and member Eugene Waka, TSC 639083, proposed and seconded by Elijah Obwana, TSC 488783. Matters arising, minute 2. Member Christopher, TSC 282233, sought to know the action the office was taking on defaulters as the guarantors affected were suffering. Member Aura Vincent, TSC 402381, thanked the board for the podium. He complained that the proposal toward those who fought for the reversal of the plaza of Kenya 100 shillings each was outrageous and meant to incite general members against the members. He said that the 100,000 was meant for the whole group. Member Mkule Geoffrey TSC 404708 complained of his name being misspelled. He noted that his TSC number had been captured correctly, but the name wrongly written as in Mkule. Minute taking was wanting to observe. Member Michael Oskuku asked members Aura and Mkule not to dwell on issues about spelling of names, rather on the more important issues. Aaron TSC 328685 asked the members only give comments about staff and the board to do due diligence in promotion and transfers. Member Margie Hannington TSC 246589 proposes lunch allowance to be increased to 1,300 shillings. Member Lucas Ochieno TSC 492302 observed that members appear tired. Observed that there could be pilferage from the board. He said that he is fully informed that a trend of the past had resurfaced. Members who do not qualify for loans were being loaned. These loans, he observed, would be non-performing for some time. The favor, he noted, was given to few members and not all. He asked the chairman to stand up and safeguard the interests of the Sacco. He wondered how a TSC employee could default on loans, yet it was check-off recovered. Member Carol Opondo, TSC 339560, wondered why teachers were taxed when being paid dividends, yet the Sacco pays withholding tax as an institution. The chairman explained the reason why. Member Serulo Eshiwani, TSC 282232, observed that staff were sanctioned when the error. He asked what happens to the board when the error. He proposed that whoever was involved in the failure to implement deductions of interest be also transferred. Member Obiero Crisantus, TSC 456848, said that he had advised against investment in Cusco in the past, but was not listened to. He wanted to know whether the Kenya shillings 300,000 was going to be given to Cusco. He asked whether there was an internal audit function in Faridi. He said that the internal audit should be strong. He cautioned members that the original promoters of the Sacco would one day lack a say owing to the number of non-TSC teacher members in the society. He thanked the chairman for good leadership. The CEO explained that the 300,000 was a reserve in the Sacco not given to Cusco for a possible write-off in the event Cusco does not pay the Sacco. Member Barasa Esther, TSC 423653, was concerned about member demographics. She wondered why members are being recruited only for them to be a problem for the AGM. She wondered if the 200 shillings annually could make one a millionaire. Member Manyala Xavier, TSC 657729, drew members' attention to the need to review governance. He said members have never complained for their coming to the AGM. He said he is comfortable with the current governance structure. TSC Director Mr. Ongeto asked that a lot of recruitment be done to match the numbers with the age of the Sacco. Urged members to save more to increase the working capital. Asked that the management and leadership manage funds prudently. Advised against top-up after Karibu loan. Advised that members live within their means. Request members to save money in the Sacco for retirement. He excused himself for another engagement in Mbale and Kisumu. CDE Director Kalio thanks the management for the invitation. He appreciates the Sacco for the 13 scholarship sponsorships, asked members to celebrate the success of the Sacco. CCM Honorable Lakachuna introduced county staff, appreciate the good leadership led by the chair and the board. He asked that recruitment among the teaching fraternity be doubled so that the teachers maintain the identity of the Sacco. He informed the meeting that the Busia County Cooperative Bill had been passed by the County Assembly awaiting Governor's assent. CCM Olunga informed members the 8th will be International Women's Day, thanked Chairman for automating and digitizing all services, say that late release of money from national government affected disbursement to the Sacco. He asked the senior management to engage with the county government on disbursements. Mr. Mlamba Nat introduced all elected leaders. Mr. Kasiba Nat Executive Secretary Teso appreciate the board for what they do. Capture County Chair introduced capture leadership in the county. Mr. Majare, the NAB Chairman, Busia Bright, thanked Faridi board and the management. He said that FOSA loanees are punished with high interest. Asked that FOSA loan interest be lower than BOSA rates because FOSA members were the loyal Faridi members. He asked that the money arising from the attendance discrepancy be brought to be shared by members as dividends. He objects saving 300,000 for a possible Cusco liability write-off. Instead, the money be paid to members as dividends. He proposed that each electoral area gets scholarships for teachers' children, as teachers are also vulnerable due to the heavy taxation and election. Minute number 9, ratification of elections. The Chairman Nomination Committee, Mr. Ayugi, thanked the board for the great strides the Sacco had taken. He then declared the election results as follows. Margaret Onyango, Buhari West, Board of Directors, elected and opposed. Kennedy Mangeni, Samia North, Board of Directors, elected and opposed. Jackson Onyango, Marachi West, Board of Directors, elected and opposed. Clement Obiago, Marachi East, Advisory Committee, elected and opposed. The elections of the directors was ratified by the ADM, proposed by member Crispino Suwaso, TSC 56, 23, and seconded by member Crispino Zouma, TSC 46, 8920. Aaron Aboli, Alana Ramakolo Primary aspires to be a pilot. He had made a plane with Faridi colors. The meeting recognized and appreciated his creativity, and CEO promised to find a way of supporting him realize his dream. Highest savers, highest loanees in good standing, and members who had accumulated deposits of $1 million and over were recognized and rewarded. Signed by Company Secretary and Chairman. Thank you, Chair.
As a matter raising, could be some clarity on what has happened so far on the interests on the loans.
Page 4. We're concerned with that amendment 2, where Christopher raised an issue about the guarantors. Mr. Chairman, sir, I'm realizing that since we opened up the membership of the Sacco to all cadres of people, even the non-TSC members, you realize that there are members who joined the Sacco, they are contributing and they are able to take loans. But an issue arises. I don't know how we are going to navigate on this issue, where just like the banks, we will find that a member was a member of the Sacco when he was working somewhere and his job was terminated with a verified truth. You'll find that the insurance comes in. In the Sacco, I don't know if you have the insurance up to now, but you find a member was guaranteed and he was sacked from his job. He is at home, he is unable to repay the loan. And then we attach the guarantors. That is where some arguments are outside there. That a teacher guaranteed such a person, he has been terminated of his job, and now the teachers are being followed to guarantee, to repay the loan. I would wish that we discuss and see how we can come in as, just like the banks which have the insurances, that when a member of such a kind, the job is terminated, the insurance comes in to repay that loan, other than surcharging these guarantors. Thank you.
I'm concerned where a member, Lucas Ochino, had asked a question, why and how can a member default a loan and yet it is a check-off. I'm also concerned where we are told members are underpaying loans and it is check-off. How did you manage to get this loan while you are still underpaying? It's a concern, Bwana Chair. Thank you.
I'm Nafula Francisca, TSC 293575. I'm looking at this page and Cusco is adversely mentioned, whereby we have that 4.4 million is being mentioned as something like a loss, where Onkule Godfrey had mentioned it down there. And we can see that somebody is also mentioning that if this is not dealt with, it is going to be left as a cash flow, a cow flow, a cash cow, whereby people are going to be milking into the Sacco of this amount. Can we be explained to what this 4.4 is doing with the Cusco and the 300,000 that is being invested? Is it continuous or not continuous?
Page 8, yes, second last page. I want to attention to Omukule Geoffrey, case number 4708. First of all, Joseph Vincent Odori, case number 308291. there is a collection loss of 4.4 million by Cusco. And if you look there, at the bottom, there's somebody saying, he said he believed that some members of the board were rocking the board from within. Don't know whom they are. And he said that this will be, they seek information from Safaricom for an action in the next AGM. Not that there is no next AGM, and this is the first AGM. I hope we shall get this in clarification today, isn't it? Because you talk of giving clarification in the next AGM, which is not going forthcoming. Now you have the first ADM. So I hope you have the information that you're going to give us about from Safaricom. Thank you.
I have two issues. One, on the staff. I believe the CEO is in charge, and he should be whipping any staff that seemingly works against the code of ethics. I really do not expect that that's an issue that should be discussed in the ADM. That is more or less an embarrassment. So the CEO will take charge. The second issue is on the raised by member Lucas Ochieno. It's a very dangerous issue here, and it's observed that people are given loans unethically. I really do not know who sanctions this, whether it was a rumor, and if it was a rumor, then it's a very dangerous one. There is no way someone will be given a loan and he doesn't qualify. That is to mean that there could be serious pilferage on the monies of the Sacco. So I do not know whether the chairman will follow that issue keenly, so that in this ADM we could give a comprehensive report. Whether Lucas Ochieno was a whistleblower or not, I do not know. But that could be a very dangerous thing. And maybe Bonachai would address that issue comprehensively. Thank you.
On the issue of governance structure. During the AGM, we resolved that we are retaining the current governance, which is the AGM, but later on we were able to go to another structure, that is the ADC that we are using right now. During the special AGM, there were some proposals that members made. So as a delegate, now I wanted to find out, will we be able to have those minutes that we members raised and did the proposal, and if they were implemented during the special AGM?
Which proposal?
Yeah?
Which one?
Like the issue about maybe nomination of delegates, the issue about the electoral areas, the number of delegates, something like that. It's okay, thank you.
Case number 509415. I'm on dividends advance. There is a member who raised an issue asking why dividend advance is being taxed. And our able CEO explained that dividend advance is actually a loan because it's taken within the year of operation. My question is, suppose the member decides to take the dividend advance the following year, like January, will that person be taxed? That's my question.
It's noted.
Thank you.
It's recently that I learned that if you have not reached 30 in the non-employable, you're not qualified to apply for any position above here. So you also allow us to increase those shares so that since we need to come up to increase for the body, so that by that time the 3-year period ends, we are meeting all the qualifications. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My concern, Chair.
Yes, sir.
My concern is on page 8, where a member, Walter Juma, TSC 49, 69, 53, raised a concern about investing with partners that were not generating income or profit to the Sacco. And he proceeded saying that Faridi Sacco representative at Cusco would have resigned. I wanted to find out what action has been taken about that issue raised by that member on that day.
are we still investing with the partners that are not profiting the organization which we are representing the members? Because these questions keep on arising even in the staff rooms. Thank you.
Mumusi Shaban, TC number 495797. I have a concern on what member Aura Vincent raised, and he was saying this, that some members, he said that are challenges to access dividend advance due to loans being in arrears. I think the issue of loans being in arrears, then denying a member these dividends, is also an issue that I need to inquire if it has been solved. And I'm also asking a question if these dividends are also supposed to pay the loans in arrears. I think this one should also be given an iron out on the issues, because when a member is saving, he knows that at one time the dividends will give him a backup on maybe his projects. I think that's what I have to raise. Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
325801. Chair, I'm flabbergasted. Lucas Ochieno, TC number here, said we set aside a fund for projects and plans. I tie that to office block at Malaba to be built and stop paying rent. We had a proposal here of amount to the tune of 30 million for phase 1 of Malaba office. And that office was supposed to be operational, that phase 1, in the year of our Lord 2025. What became of it? There was that money, and what became of it? Two.
Yes, thank you. Proceed.
Delegates. We are all equal, 12, but there's a discrepancy. Some are 10, some are 12 delegates, some are 18.
Noted.
Can we bring them to speed to be at par for equal rights? More so, where I come from, of things.
Noted, noted.
My dividends were not were being taxed, but this year I want to thank the branch manager, Malaba branch, because he guided me accordingly, and I brought all that I was required to the office, and I want to believe that my dividends will be given to me without being taxed. My question is, now that I did all that was needed of me, how does a member know that his or her dividends has been disbursed tax-free?
Thank you.
Then secondly, page 8, there is a concern that was raised by member Ronald Isaac Papa about recruitment of new members. Now, I just want to know whether it has been implemented or not, because we are doing a good job at the grassroots, and our members are also helping us. So for us to ask our members to do that work for us, we have also to give them at least, we have to give them something so that they can help us. Thank you.
Noted, Madam.
Page 10 on the borrowing power. I think, let me propose borrowing power be 80 million, because if you look at page 15, we have, the number has increased from 18,000 to 23,000. Now that when we were at 18,000, the borrowing power was 60 million. I proposed it has reached 80 million.
Thank you, Chair. But I want to appreciate the auditor for coming. But I think that issue of booking, he knew you were here and he did not our reactions. It will take how long? So next time, auditor, please book that one of 4 p.m. Thank you. Or you sleep here. We will feed you. Thank you. Okay, I wanted to raise an issue here on I wanted to find out how the Sacco supports the community, like other institutions. Like we'll find out, like the banks, they support students. So what's the Sacco doing related to that? Two, let next issue I want to raise is that my colleague here raised an issue that I think I got him that we don't require representation of non-teachers. But to me, I feel that we need these non-teachers because they make up part of the Sacco. We should give them a representation so that they feel their voices are also heard. Because we talk always about them, that they say, who is representing us in the Sacco? So we need one of them, at least to represent them in the Sacco.
Members from the delegates, the management of Faridi Sacco, the staff, other invited guests from government and different arms. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is CPA Noah Ndakala. I'm joined today with my colleague, CPA Moses Njagi. So before I invite Moses Njagi to just run us through the accounts, I want to first of all thank you for choosing to work with Ndakala Advisory even before you ever knew who are these people. So thank you for trusting us, and we believe that we will have a formidable partnership. This is the best place to be. It's a conclave of ideas from the teaching fraternity. I think you can never overgrow your teachers. They still remain above. So we don't take that very lightly, and even the level of engagement is quite very good and inspiring. I would want to just stay here the whole day, but I must apologize. This was not just something that we planned not to be here the whole day. We had actually planned that we'll be here the whole day. We like to just hear and also understand more about the Sacco. But unfortunately, we had prepared for last week, then this week came. So we did want to send a representative. We wanted to come ourselves, and we want to apologize. There's a meeting that I have around 4 in Nairobi, and that's what informed the 12 o'clock flight. So apologies for that. Hope next time we'll spend time here together. We've been well hosted. We reached here at 2 a.m. this morning, and we are grateful for what Farid is doing, and we look forward. Yeah, so I will call CPA Moses Njagi to get through the accounts. He's going to do the highlights. I know you have the notebooks you have gone through, and then I will just read the opinion, and if there is 1 or 2 questions for us, we are willing to just take that up. Thank you. Moses?
So, invited guests, board members, delegates, and all protocols observed. Good morning. So, my name is Moses Njagi from Ndakala Advisory, and I'll be taking you through the financial statements of Faridi Sacco Society Limited. We are going to see the performance, page 31. We have statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. So we are just seeing the performance of the Sacco in terms of the money that we've been able to generate and how we have used the same. We have revenue. I hope we are on the same page, page 31. Revenue, interest on loans and advances. So the loans that have been disbursed to the members, we have a total interest income of 455.4 million from 394.4 million in 2024. So a great improvement from the previous year. Other interest income, we've been able to invest some excess funds to other financial institutions. We've been able to generate a total of 10.6 million, up from 6.2 in 2024. Total interest income, we have 466 million from 400 million. Interest expense, so this is the payout in terms of the rebates. So the monthly deposit that we invested. So we are going to pass a resolution today for the payment of the same. We have a total of 156.3 million. We have other incomes, net fees and commissions. So these are majorly on the FOSA activities, 52.4 million against 52, same in 2024. Other operating income, a total of 14.6 million against 9 million. So let us see how we have used these funds. In terms of the administrative expenses, these are expenses that we are used in the offices for the day-to-day running so that we have a smooth operation, 52.9 million against 45 million. So we have governance expenses. These are expenses related to the board and also you as the members. So from 53.6 million, we have 53.6 million in 2025 against 32.1 million in 2024. So someone might ask why the sharp increment. As you are all aware, we had a special delegates meeting in the financial year 2025. So the one that approved for the delegate system. So that was the major change. Marketing expenses, we have 11.7 million vis-a-vis the 6.8 million. Financial expenses, we have 1 million as compared to the 956 in 2024. Impairment expense, so it's a requirement by the law. We have to provide for our loans in case of any default. So we have provided a total of 12.3 million as compared to the same amount in 2024. Depreciation and amortization, so the assets that we have, the computers, motor vehicle, furniture, we are required by the standards that we provide for the same. So they are losing value, and we have provided an amount of 9.3 million against 3.2. Personnel expenses, expenses relating to the staff members, we have a total amount of 61 million. Profit before tax, we have 174.8 million as compared to 171 in 2024. Income tax expense, there is an expense of 3.1 million against 2.9 million in 2024. So we can also see an increment in terms of the taxation. So why the increment? As we have referred to other operating income, notes 2E and 2F. So that is the major reason why we can see the increment in terms of the tax provision. So other items classified to the P&L. So this is just a book entry, but it really does not affect the financial statements in terms of the evaluation of the shares. We have a difference of 5.7 million against 31 million in 2024. We now go to the next page, page 32, statement of financial position. This was initially called the balance sheet. So how are we in terms of the assets and liabilities? Cash and cash equivalents. So these are the money that we have in terms of the bank, treasury, all these amounts totaling to 143.7 million. Trade and other receivables, amount that we do expect to receive in this financial year, that is 2026, we have a total of 85.1 million. Loans to members, we've disbursed a total of 2.4 billion in 2025. Other financial assets, we have 119.1 million. This is a result, the difference you can see is the result of the evaluation as required by the standards. Property and equipment, a total of 52.1 million. Intangible assets, 72.1 million. We have intangible assets, this is the computer software, a net book value of 4 million as compared to 4.3 in 2024. So what is the total assets? We have 2.8 billion as compared to 2.4 billion in 2024. So these are great achievements, and you can see that we are worth 2.8 billion. Liabilities, we have the member deposits. So these are the monthly savings, a total of 1.4 billion, an increment from 1.2 billion in 2024. interest due to members. So this is the payout that is going to be passed during this ADM, a total of 156 points, that is 156,017,327 shillings. So this translates to 12.02%, the same rate as 2024. Tax payable, we have amount to be paid to KRA, 206,000. Trade and other payables, amount that we expect to pay, we have 20.2 million. So total liabilities gives us a total of 1.6 billion. Equity, this comprises of the share capital and reserves. So the share capital gives us a total of 149.2 million, an increment from 136.4 million in 2024. Reserves, it's on the next page where we have a total of 1,078,347,131. Our total equity gives us 1.2 billion. So we can see our total liabilities is equal to our total assets of 2,852,983,896 shillings. So I'd like to welcome Noah so that he reads the opinion in regards to these financial statements. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Moses, for that presentation. So, members, if you want more details, you can interact with the booklet to just see additional clarification in terms of the notes. If you go to the income statement, you'll see for every figure that is put there, there's a note to it. So the booklet can give you a further description, a detail of each and every figure that you have there, either on the balance sheet or on the income statement. We also have other statistical information just regarding the numbers of the members and the different ratios. I'm just trying to see which page that is. You can interact with that. So because of time, allow me, so if you look on page, I think it's on page 25. Is it page 25? 28. Page 34, sorry, my eyesight is failing me. Age is advancing, so thank you. Members, what we are saying is that these accounts were audited by us, and if you check on the balance sheet, which is on page 32, these accounts were approved by SASRA, the regulator, and this has come there on 27th of February. Yes, so just to note that. So then my role is to just finalize and say, yes, I have looked at the financial statements. If you look, the loans that we've taken is almost a double of the savings we have made. So if you look at the balance sheet, we are talking of a loan of 2.4 billion against savings of 1.4 billion. So roughly getting to the double. So compared to other circles, we can say there's good patronage, and we just urge that we continue to take loans, because the circle is the business of selling loans, and you want to leverage that platform for your financial empowerment. So probably one of the conversations that could be exciting is to see how are members benefiting from the circle at individual level. Where do we take the money that we get from the circle? Today, we are being paid some dividends. Of course, we are also taking loans. How do those loans inform our financial freedom? When we are retiring, do we take advantage of that? So it's important, and that could be maybe a test that you need to do as delegates, and also move that to your members so that when age catches up, they know that the Sacco was available for them to really empower themselves. So just take note of that. So I then just want to read the opinion which is on page 28 to page 30. But of course, I will not attempt to read every page. It's just a highlight, and we just underscore our role as the auditors, and also to emphasize the role of the board of management and also the management team. So if you check with me on page 28, we are saying that we have issued what we call unqualified opinion. Unqualified opinion means the books are true and fair, that there is no cause of alarm to suggest that the management and the board have transacted the business of the Sacco as required. So we also must emphasize and reiterate our independence as auditors, as guided by the international auditing standards and also the International Code of Ethics for accountants, and to remain independent from the Sacco, and that the same standards require if there is any matter that has come to our identification, we communicate that to the members. And you will see on page 28 we have what we call a key audit matter. This is one of the key issues in the Sacco sector. Of course, there are other matters that we have addressed in the management letter, which we have given to management, and we have discussed with the board, and there is a clear tracker for continuous implementation. So then what we are saying is that the issue of IFRS 9 is one that the management has committed to look at, and IFRS 9 is basically how we do the provisioning of our loans. There's an existing SASRA model, but the standards require that we use IFRS 9 to just ensure that we are in control of the provisioning, so that we don't lead into over or under provisioning. So there's a bit of discussion around IFRS 9.
Insurance on loans, that they are in the banks, the loans of members who are terminated or the employment is terminated, those loans are paid by the insurance company. That can be new knowledge, and for sure we can try to look into it and see if they can be. But what I believe, the insurance companies don't allow employers to terminate the jobs or the employment of employees and later on to be told to pay. It's a business they really fear. Because if they know that this employer is going to terminate employment, I mean, if one employer, say maybe Faridi Sacco, realizes that this must have been given a loan, and then we make an agreement between them, the employer, and myself, and we say, employer, do this, I've taken 3 million from you. E-loans, what you live on insurance company, ninyi mseme mmenilay off. Si watan lay off, na Faridi talipo 3 million. Insurance company will fanya hivyo. I think they are here with the time, maybe wanaweza pia kutusaidia kusema. Our insurance, by the way, for the long guard is CIC, and they will be able to correct or give an input on that. But the agreement when we give out a loan is between the loanee and the guarantor. Please look at that agreement very well. Today, as we stand, in recognition of the improvement we needed to do or to make on reducing the burden that the guarantors are carrying, we are suggesting and giving an instruction to all our members that we want for any loan that is going to be given out, it should be guaranteed by at least 3 people. So that then if a default occurs, one guarantor does not suffer the burden. That is currently what is bedeviling our members. Let's pray that we will be able to support that. Underpaying loans, and some of which are TSC, indeed, some circumstances cannot be avoided. You're given a member a loan that is paying 5,000 shillings, and maybe TSC or the government is taking a bit of compliance matters on the members' pay slips. They target loans last given out. So if the last loan given out to a member like you is from Faridi Sacco, they come to that deduction of 5,000 and say this member is non-compliant. Maybe there's an introduction of a levy, like formerly it was done for the housing levy. They came to the loans recently given out and they reduced the payment for these employers. So you used to receiving 5,000 as a premium for that loan to the Sacco, but then now because of the levy, a compliance is
sorry for the interview. Our auditor wants to leave, but there's a vehicle KBN 704G has obstructed his vehicle. Kindly move it so that they can move to the airport.
Repeat the registration number.
Registration number KBN 704G has obstructed the auditor's vehicle. Kindly move it so that they can move to the airport.
Thank you, Director. So it can only happen because of the enforcement by the government that the repayments that formerly was on the members' payslip then is reduced. So we don't have a control in that case, but we cannot deliberately effect an underpayment on a member's payslip. But if so happens, then we'll be obliged if you bring that information and we correct, because all of us are here for the best service to our members. Issues of staff. Suggestions by members in the ADM or AGM to move a particular staff from a department to another. We don't want to repeat that because we discussed last year, and a few other members have advised here that indeed these are purely administrative matters, and we can only raise concerns of how our people are handling you or our members on the ground. Then the management, the board takes an action together with me or myself. This is not to say that we keep quiet on any officer of the Sacco that is not taking our members well. Please raise those concerns with us, and for sure that something will be fixed. And then now there is this matter of Cusco. In the financial structure, sorry, we are just saying that if water runs out, tutaleta maji mengine. Now, I'm addressing a matter on Cusco. Cusco have been a good apex body for SACCOs, advocating for the rights of SACCOs. But of course, along the way, you know what happened, that they took part in a bit of doing business of savings and credit. And the savings of 4.4 million that we are talking about here, it is both the savings deposit that we had there and the investment into their shares all together, sum up to 4.4 million. Now, the matter of our investment in Cusco, and I think as earlier discussed last year, I will explain, number one, that when the issue rose up about investments in Cusco, where many SACCOs have lost very high amounts of money, of investments. Some 143 million, others 180 million, others over 200 million. So I think what happened is that the government moved in. I'll explain this shortly, then I allow the chair in. The government moved in, and then through the regulator, they came up with a lot of recommendations on what all investors with Cusco should do. And particularly now this year, they have recommended to all investors with Cusco. You heard over the news when the CS had pronounced that most of those funds may not be recovered. Why? Because the assets that Cusco has, compared with the liabilities that Cusco has to pay out, do not match. What they have to pay out is massive, is more, and what they have as a property or assets is small. So that means somewhere some people will lose. Last year there was an engagement that was done between Cusco and ourselves. They did ask, what do you want us to do? Can we convert the debt that you have with us into equity so that you become the shareholders of Cusco? Or do you want us to refund you your money when finally we get an opportunity to sell some of your assets and refund this money? Our choice, together with the board, was that for us, do whatever you can do, but refund us our money. We are not interested in continuing being the investors or shareholders in Cusco. I will continue explaining this topic later on, but then now, whatever has happened in the 2025 financials, the regulator has advised that we need to realize that we may lose that money. And how do we begin? They said that the first thing, go to your financials. If you had priced these shares at 100 shillings, price these shares now at 1 shilling if you want us to approve your financials. Tukasema pricing tu si ni maneno ya kuweka tu hapo bei na tuseme tunauza saa hizi ndio. But when it comes to claiming, we claim the whole amount that we have there. So indeed in our financials, you can see this in the statement of income. In the income statement, you can see down there what the auditor said that is just for the purpose of books. It is indicated as a reduction of our investments value or market value by 5 million. Part of it is that it has come from the valuing of our investments in Cusco, which formerly we had priced at 100 shillings, but then we have priced at 1 shilling. It has not taken any money from us because it does not involve any financial or cash exchange. It's just a book entry. Sawa sawa, tutaendelea. So, but I want you to take the strength from this that our Sacco, in the last 3 years and backwards, we stopped selling with Cusco. It's like we had known that a problem would come. So we only stopped at 4.4, and see we are saying other institutions have to over 183 million, 200 million, and counting. You can read in the news, you can be able to see this. Others are certain, and to begin board makofi kwa kuzuia hiyo pesa mingi kwa leo.
My name is Godfrey Otiende Saidi. Currently I'm the chairman of Faridi DT Sacco. Governor, tulikualika last year, but you didn't have time. But this year again tumekualika na out of your busy schedules umejipata uko na sisi hapa leo. So ndio bwana Katuna, wakati ambao tulikuwa tuna launch our branch Port Victoria, I did send an application to the governor through Mr. Katuna ya kwamba tukiwa na our first ADM, our governor must come and preside over. But out of his busy schedule, because he's expecting to receive the president next week, imagine, akona only 30 minutes to be with us. Na nilisema asubuhi ya kwamba mgeni si ni baraka. Kwa sauti, mgeni ni nini? Baraka. Unajua governor is a busy man, sawa? Anapokubali kuja preside over our ADM, si lazima tufurahi. Lazima tufurahi. Na ndio tumefurahi. Sawa. Governor, in the year 2022, teachers gave you 97% of teachers supported you. True or false? True or false? 97%. Sawa. But I want to tell my governor, my friend, ya kwamba nobody lost. There's no leader that lost position or money for understanding the intelligence of the members. Am I communicating? Yes. No leader will lose his position or money for understanding the intelligence of the masses. The masses, the intelligence of the masses, Bwana Governor, is that tumechukua hapo time kidogo kumiti walimu tangu tukuelect. Sini sawa? That has been the concern. But today we are happy kwamba the governor is meeting us today. Sawa? Am I right? Am I right? Ulikuwa mnasema wengine wanakula tu keki na sisi wengine hatukuli mchema. Ulikuwa mnasema. Sasa chema ni hii ndio mlikuwa mnatuongoza twende kwa gavana na wengine wanakula tu keki na sisi hapana. Leo gavana akiwa na keki sio mtakula. But governor is a politician, sawa? Tunataka tumpatie second term. Tunaelewana walimu? Tunyoshe mkono vidole viwili. Na kusema nataka mtu wa kamera achukue vizuri. Mtu wa kamera achukue vizuri. Mtu wa kamera achukue vizuri. Naomba gavana 2022 kwa sauti tu. Ayo sauti gavana jasikia tu. Thank you very much. Governor tunaona.
The governor, my name is Opakasi Petia. I represent Teso South in the board.
Yes, Opakasi.
I'm Odhiambo Clement. I represent members of Faridi Sacco, Marach East. I'm also the chairman of the supervisory committee. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Elda Hodo, representing Teso Central, Secretary Supervisory Committee. Thank you.
Thank you.
All protocol observed. My name is Mudiwa Samuel, representing Buyala South, a member of the supervisory. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, I'm Luther Amke, the Vice Chair from Teso North.
Thank you.
I'm D. Konyango, representing Samia South, Secretary, Credit Committee.
Thank you, D.
I'm Mr. Magoba from Samia North.
Thank you, my brother Magoba.
I'm Jackson Yango from Marachos, member of Faridi.
Thank you.
Malal Felix, the Home Secretary, representing Teso.
Thank you, Honorable Secretary.
Your Excellency the Governor, my name is Joseph Ramini. I represent Ohio East Chair Credit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellency, I'm CPA Dismas Samaj, the CEO, and I'm also happy to announce that my members of staff come from all parts of this county.
We've driven it, and it has helped the Department of Cooperative work with the stakeholders and all the leadership. Until now, we are strongly saying, Your Excellency, that we've been able to set up 35 ward-based cooperatives, one in each ward. We also have one SACCO in each ward. That shows the commitment the department has taken seriously to enforce compliance to a directive on ward-based economic revitalization. Your Excellency, Faridi Sacco was the first SACCO in this county, and I think they were the first one in the country, to comply with the directive of the Ministry of Cooperatives that SACCOs and cooperatives whose membership is beyond at least 5,000, because of the large numbers involved and the chaotic scenes of organizing for AGMs, they moved to delegate system. Under your leadership, I facilitated together with the leadership of Faridi, and today that is why we are here as delegates. Hiyo ni kuonyesha tu kwamba county government na nyinyi tunafanyia kazi kwa pamoja, sivyo? Your Excellency, this is a SACCO that has opened up its doors to both the teaching force and the non-teaching force. Hapa ndani kuna wakilishi hata wale wa mama mboga hapa, tuko na wakilishi wa bodaboda. It is bringing on board every sector of this economy. Mwisho kabisa, Your Excellency, as it has been said, this SACCO symbolizes the nature of Busia County, where we have diverse communities living across ourselves, and the leadership takes note of that consideration. Today here we are gathered with the delegates right from Changara to Osieko. Hiyo ni kumaanisha kwamba sisi katika hali ya kuwekeza, sisi ni kitu kimoja. Na tunaomba kwamba as a county we move forward as one. We move forward as what? One. For us to achieve anything that is meaningful. Kwa hayo mengi, niruhusu niseme kwamba Faridi tutatembea na ninyi kwa pamoja. Mimi ni mwanachama na ningependa leo vile vile, kwa vile His Excellency amepata nafasi ya kuwa chief guest katika hafla hii ya kwanza Awe namna gani? Awe namna gani? Si mumesema? Si mumesema? Na mkisema najua itatendeka. Sivyo? Kwa hayo mengi, Your Excellency, allow me take this honor to say karibu, zungumza na wanachama wako.
Mwenyekiti wetu pamoja na kamati yako wezaketi na wale viongozi wote wa walimu ambao wako hapa, namuona Secretary General, naona mwenyekiti na viongozi wote, mnikubalie kwa njia ya pekee, ningetamani sana kuwa hapa kwa muda mrefu, vile mmeelezwa shughuli za kazi zimenishika kidogo, so nitakuwa mfupi kwa sababu I was to have crossed the border by 11 and I'm still here. But mnikubalie tu kwa njia ya kipekee niweze kusema kwa kirasmi, alafu nitamalizia. Let me acknowledge the chair and the board and the members who are here today. I want to congratulate you on the 49th General Meeting having been established. Is it in the year 1974 or 77? 77. By the teachers. And that is a historical moment here in Busia, where you know our issue on cooperatives and cooperative movement. I don't think we have been a very good example. So for you to have come all that long way, we have to say kudos. The membership has grown from all that time. To have a membership of 24,000, whereby you have now expanded and included traders, of course our mama mboga, our transporters who are called border borders, whereby you are providing savings and affordable credit avenue. And I think the key words here to me are savings. Because if you look at what economic empowerment is, you look at the saving culture of a country or a community or a people, and then to avail that at an affordable, price for those who want to invest and even generate more wealth. Faridi Sacco is a leading Sacco in the county and one of the most successful in the country. The first cooperative, thank you, the first cooperative to adopt the delegate system, as Waziri Ole Kachuna has said, following the government directive. We have to have representation. Not all of us can be there. I remember when we were debating the community land issue during the constitution making, I happened to have been a member of the Assembly, Member of Parliament, and also happened to be a member of the Lands Committee. So we were a bit tasked with coming up with the laws that now will give life to the Constitution. Because the Constitution just prescribed and said we shall have 3 land holdings in Kenya. That will be public land, community land, and private land. And I remember we were grappling with defining what community land is and how it's going to be administered. And I don't think it was an easy task. I think we left there even before. I left there before we fully concluded in terms of now legislation on how to define that. So I just really want to thank you that when a legislation is passed and you're among the first adopters, it means you're going to set the benchmark. You're going to be the benchmark on which the rest of the country is going to be. So I'm really proud to be here with you, just like Waziri Ole Kachuna said, that we are really rolling out that delegate system. The 300 of you can be here on behalf of the 24,000 other members. As again he said, it has been my wish and my policy that the only way to support economic empowerment is what I was calling world-based economic empowerment programs through cooperatives. Because even if you go to developed countries, be they the old world, as Trump likes to call them today, the old Europe, if you look at it, the base of industrial revolution, the issue of companies, people coming together. Because before that, people would have individual family enterprises. But industrial revolution brought capacity whereby an individual now could not do. And that's how the name companies, people coming together. And for the farmers, you know, you now cooperate. I produce 2 liters of milk, you produce 10, you produce 100, we put together. And then we can have a cool plant, we can have a packaging, we can have a marketing system. The multiplier effect. I don't know how many of you have read this book about the atomic principle. Najua nini walimu, but there's a book called The Atomic Principle. I can see my brother there nodding. Umeisoma? Or you are aware of it? Yeah, the atomic principle. It's not something new. It's just what the Chinese said more than 1,000 years ago, that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 step. But there's a multiplier effect when you do something consistently. You know, that multiplier effect of coming together. Ile Waswahili wanasema kidogo kidogo hujaza kibaba. So these things are there with us. It is just whether we want to philosophize about them, we want just to be cultural about them, or we really want to apply them in our lives. So that atomic principle, for those who have done some sciences, is just how the atoms come together to create an organ, and then there's even something smaller, something called a nuclear, then atomic, then organ, something like that. So today, that is what we are applying here. The multiplier effect of coming together, the so-called the compounding effect of resources. Sometimes watu wengine wanaonanga ni miujiza. Because you have seen when our mothers come together, wakifanya hivi vitu yao ya merry-go-round, somebody says, but they just return to you the same money. But they don't understand the principle of compounding. The fact that I had my 1 shilling, I could not move. But the fact that you gave me your shilling, and that you gave me yours, and you gave me yours, I had 10 shillings which could allow me to move. And next time, when I also give you my shilling, and I get yours, and you get this one, you're also able to move. But if you say ati wewe uko tuna hiyo yako moja, you know, and you reason that after all watakurudishia tu hiyo yako. But you know, there's what we call the net present value of money. A shilling today will not be the same shilling tomorrow. So this cooperative issue has got a lot of things that we can learn. And to me, I always tell people that it is not new. Maybe it's just the language. But if you look at our culture, it was there. They used to say, ile kulima kwa kambuni. Watu wanakuja pamoja, mnaenda mnalimia huu leo, kesho mnalimia ule. And you will find you will get those people or villages that practice that were able to get better harvests. Because there is also that peer principle, you know, where the peer pressure is on you. Umubuka, yani umelima kutosha wapi. So you will find unaweza piga jembe mbili useme nimechoka. But you know, when you're in a group, na mnaimba hiyo vitu, ukolana sijui nini hiyo, utapata umelima 1 acre. Yeah, because you're supporting each other. Even in sports, we have got pace setters. It doesn't mean you cannot run, but the pace setter may make you pull some energy that may not be there. I'm saying all this just to support what you are doing. So as a county, we had said part of the economic revitalization program is through cooperatives in wards. And then we had already defined what was our economic activity. We had said in Busia, one thing that we can do, we can contribute to this country producing oil, cooking oil by itself. Because we also saw that Kenya spends over 100 billion shillings to import cooking oil. So to us, we are saying this is an opportunity that we can fill that gap by our weather, our farms being able to produce simsim, groundnuts, sunflower, soya. And if we produce this even in our own small farm holdings, and we have got cooperatives, and we put up an industrial park there to avoid exploitation, the issue of what we call post-harvest handling, then we can start small. You can have small cottage industries in the village, and when they do something, it can finally end up in the factory in Nasewa, what we are calling our kites there, our county industrial park, aggregation park. We aggregate. Aggregation is still just like cooperative. So my friends, what you are doing here today to pay school fees, to help each other when you are in hospital, to do weddings, can still be the biggest economic driver, like it has happened in other countries, and even like it has happened in other cultures. Today, I'll be very open with you. Those of you who go to Nairobi, you go to Isili, you go to Kilimani, you know some of these places that had stood for quite some time since we got independence. You go there and see the tremendous changes that have happened in the last 30 years. And 30 years means it has happened when you people were already existing. Because you people are almost 50 years. But just go there and see what has happened. You go to Isili, you cannot believe it's the Isili some of us grew up in the last 30 years. You go now to Kilimani, you cannot believe the kind of development you see there. But then go to River Road and Biashara Street. It is those Dukawalas, those Indians left after independence. Even Bazaar, Biashara Street. What has happened? I thought River Road and Biashara Street has got more potential than Isili and Kilimani. So what happened? What has happened? The issue about the compounding effect of people pulling resources together and dreaming bigger. They have been able to do those skyscrapers. A place which used to have one family on 1 acre. You go there now, you find 300 people, families. And they're able to park, they're able to have water. Now they're the Jew. Where they are home. So whether you think you can or you cannot, you're all right. It just depends on where you want to go. So I keep on telling people this. Some people complain unnecessary. But I ask, E-River Road, during Africanization program, people were given. But what have they done with it? Now, 60 years ago. Now, these other people, 30 years ago, when there were problems in the region, economic instability, people became refugees, and they went to look for new opportunities. Look at how they have utilized those opportunities. So it is all in our mind. Whether we think we can or we can't, we're all probably right. It just depends on where you want to reach. But the power of compounding, the power of circles. So even hapa tumesema wards, we give them inputs, we give them grants, we give them, cooperative grants, which even they are not paying back. I think we have been giving a million per year. Yeah. Now, what do we have to show for? What do we have to show for? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. This group of 24,000 people, to me, this is a very big army that can transform a society and community. Because you are everywhere. You are everywhere. All we need is just to work together and say, because you are the same person who is a farmer, you are the same person who comes from a homestead where there is a farmer, a brother who is doing something, or somebody who is enterprising. We are the same people. And I'm happy that you opened up this thing, not just to teachers, but also other business people. So how do we take advantage of that opportunity and the opportunities that we are being given? So to me, I just want to say, to move forward, because this is something that has been working, and you cannot take experience of 50 years and throw it away. You can only make it better. How I wish, just like you have seen some of your colleagues, these were your colleagues, whom we got from you. and just put them in government. And they are the same people in charge of cooperatives, in charge of trade. What stops us getting to? What wish? And you can see all my team is here. Chief Officer Finance iko hapa, watu ya cooperative iko hapa, Vice Chair ya board yangu iko pale, mtu yetu ya agriculture iko hapo. The importance of what we can do. If today we just form again another small team to say, how do we now partner with this county? The other day, I met the CEO of, CPF, County Pension Fund. I met Dr. Kili, nowadays he's a doctor. And he was trying to interest me in something. And he said, you know, you have got 4,000 employees in the county. But currently your pension fund, your pension resources, you have split it between, Lab Fund and CPF. Why don't you put this thing one together and we partner? You know, we can do some housings for you, we can do some infrastructure projects for you, because it will give us a multiplier effect like we have done in Kisumu, in Kakamega. So people are rethinking. Last time he told me that thing, I think it was more than 10 years ago. He was still the MD. That time I think I was the Minister for Local Government. And CPF was falling under me. And Lab Fund, sorry. And CPF, because he wanted the local government. And at that time I thought, huyu anataka kuharibu maneno. But I have seen the way they have grown, and even the way they have changed the rules in how pension funds invest. You know, it has given a lot of opportunities. I think there are some of the major investors now, even in these affordable housings. And even the pension fund from Sweden is the one that did those houses in Pale, the first ones, Green Park. You remember Pale Kitengela? They call it Green Park or what? Yes. You remember the pension fund from Sweden? They are the ones who saw these housing needs and they came to invest. So they are the first one. Ukienda Mombasa hapo Kitengela on the left. Nowadays watu wamejenga vitu mingi, but zamani they used to be the only houses.
I'm enjoying the Faridi DT Sacco. The member, let us clap for you, please. Hey, Sacco, Governor and member Faridi DT Sacco. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we relax for 1 minute? On behalf of this very powerful circle, through the leadership of the chairman that has navigated this terrain for long, His Excellency and His entourage, we want to take this opportunity that God has bestowed us to honor His coming, because as an individual and on behalf of others who are not here, I've been wondering, this is the governor I've been electing that is distancing himself from teachers. After showing that he's ready to work with the teachers, because he has our two brothers here. These are our two brothers who are the executive secretary and the chairman in Teso NAT branch. Olakachuna and Paul. Paul, who has the similarity in what we call acronym in the name. Our brother Tom, the issue of 2 terms is not negotiable, nor bargainable. And we shall stand with you and make sure you secure it. Because for us teachers, when we say, we don't miss our words. And from the land I come from, how I learned from my forefathers, they say one thing. He who comes to dine with you, that is a true friend. He who comes to stand with you when you have challenges, that's a true friend. So he has demonstrated utmost good faith to be our best friend today, and you can see he has accepted to partner with us, and he has appended his signature. With the blessing from the mighty who takes care of us, may your endeavors be a reality, and after 2027, we shall now walk on the widest, not the narrow path that we have been experiencing. Singapore to Africa. And it's easy to answer. May you all be blessed. May God bless everybody. And when we leave this place, let us be ambassadors of change from where we are coming. Because 25,000 members of this circle. And the members who are members of this circle, we multiply, what I say, multiply what effect? Multiply just by 2. Atomic. And we bring on board 50,000 plus. Then is there anything that we shall negotiate about? Stay blessed, stay true. Thank you.
Tunaongeza numbers. 2 term. Mimi nataka kuona mkono kabisa. Asante sana. Your Excellency, mimi pia nita-encourage my colleagues, chief officers, wafanyikazi wa county, waje wa support Faridi Sacco na wajiunge kama members. Wape makofi. Asanteni sana. Power ya numbers, eh?
We appreciate you as being our member already, and when you say you dress like Faridi, karibu sana. Always dress like Faridi.
Kamera.
The next gift goes to County Director Cooperatives, please. Mr. Lekachuna, please hand over. Hand over to County Director Education, please. Mr. Lekachuna.
This meeting will provide a comprehensive review of the society's financial performance, operational progress, and strategic initiatives undertaken during the year under review. It will also give delegates an opportunity to deliberate and provide guidance on matters critical to the Circle's future. With those remarks, I welcome you all and wish you fruitful deliberations. Thank you. Now, item number 1 is performance review. Our Circle recorded a remarkable growth in the year 2025, with the total assets increasing by 359,331,442 from 2,493,652,454 to 2,852,993,896 in 2025, representing 14.4% growth, as illustrated in the membership table. Our focus in the year 2026 is to extend our reach to our relatives in diaspora, family members at home, both employed and those in business, and particularly the youth. We want to achieve this by asking all of you, together with the members who represent, to recruit at least one member in each of the categories above. Membership demographics. The analysis of our membership based on categories give the following highlights. Total number of members as at 31st December 2025, 23,794. Total number of original common bond TSC members, 8,408. Total number of business, community and other employees, 13,306. Wealth creation, my dear delegates, is a deliberate duty. Because we have known its importance, We ask this meeting to adopt a minimum 50% dividend on share capital plowback and a voluntary percentage on interest on deposits, which will build both our share capital and non-withdrawable deposits for future better earnings. Capital growth. Since the primary source of our capital for our business is member deposits contribution, and that the deviation in loan demand versus deposit contribution is widening, as leaders and leading by example, delegates are called to contribute 4,000 monthly deposit contribution and 10,000 per month for board members. Senior staff contribute 9,000 and other staff 7,000.
From where I stand and where I sit, it is our duty to tell you viongozi the truth, na tukitoka hapa tunaenda kufunza wale members wetu. The first thing we did, tuliwapatia education and training. And they actually understood, the trainer told us kwamba we need to accumulate wealth. Wengine wana accumulate voluntarily na wengine nao lazima walazimishwe. Sawa. Lakini usikolazimishwa vibaya. And that's the same reason why today you can see the board proposing kwamba kama 156 million declared na tumesema wacha wakule hiyo yote. Hii 18 million. Tukisema pia wakule yote, unajua people at home will help us to eat this money. Ukifika tu nayo nyumbani, all will go. Si ukweli? Yote itaenda tu, you will not even see where it has gone to. But tukisema tusaidie hawa watu, let us begin to see how they can begin saving kidogo. This year wana capitalize 50%. Next year maybe watakuwa nasema hiki sasa inaanza kuwa tamu, akasema dividend yote ninyi mcapitalize. Because hiyo ndio inalinda maisha yetu huko baadaye. Ni ngumu, lakini that's the truth. But in the western region, as opposed to the central region where we worked also and benchmarked, as one member said, kweli the saving culture the other side is very high. The saving culture this side, ni ngumu. Na in our community, kuna ambao wamezoea kusema kwamba mamungu ripede. Enzi mbuleshi ndo. Mbuleshi sio ameniambia. That is the truth of our people about our lives. Mimi na ninyi. Na tunapenda all the money that comes to us, we use it for consumption as opposed to central. Central, when they take money from the SACCOs, wanatumia pesa kwa biashara kuzalisha nyingi, and that's how they can grow their deposits. So, what do I want to say? Number one, on the matters of interest income, the interest we charge on our loans. For information, we have 3 loans in Faridi Sacco that are already repaid at 12% for the last 5 years. Margins loan, school fees loan, and what we call shares loan. Shares loan, you take that loan any amount you want for 72 months. Na the whole of that amount unaamua mimi sipeleki hii pesa nyumbani. You take a whole of that money that you take, unaweka kwa shares zako. Wacha niwapatie sasa trick ya kushinda members wengine kule nje. If you came to Faridi and you took a loan, shares loan of 500,000. Alafu kaamua hii 500 yote uchukue weke kwa shares zako. Your shares or the deposits begin earning you interest on deposits right away. So you can see, by that end of that year, utakuwa umelipa SACCO 12% of the portion that you will be paid for that year. But the SACCO will pay you 12.02%, yeah, the whole 500,000. Kwa hivyo, you can actually grow your deposits. But what I wanted to mention about the interest expenses, charges we charge on our loans. The item that dictates how much we should charge on our loans also points out, borrows from how do we want, or how much do we want to earn from our SACCO. For we to earn higher interest and dividends, we earn higher interest and dividends by paying low amount in terms of interest. Ni kama mzee wangu alikuwa anapenda kutuambia hivi na bado saizi doesn't ride a motorbike, the bicycle, na because he's elderly, lakini anaunda bicycle yake ikuwe sawa. This is the instruction. Enda na hii bicycle pole pole, lakini rudi haraka. So how will you come back quickly lakini enda pole pole. So that's difficult. That point refers to the same situation. Tunataka kukula vizuri.
I'm Kezia Mamai from Teso North, Kakurkir cluster. I'm happy I'm a delegate just because of what I've done. I saved about 400 shares and I have a FOSA account where I earn my salary. This being in Faridi I'm proud of it because since I joined Faridi, I've not had any financial problems. When I have an issue like paying the school fees of my children, I just go to Faridi, the front account or the back account, then I get the money I want. I go settle my issues and I live as a happy woman in the community. Also, when farming is on, I go for emergency loans. I take those emergency loans, then I do my farming, which is like a business in my family. I sell some, I eat some, and that one motivates me to be in Faridi more.
Faridi na defend member deposits na earnings. While we were getting our approval of 12.02% interest and 13% kama dividend, those SACCOs were forced to pay 6%. They had a loan, they had investments in Cusco, and they have a bank loan operating with. So that means kwamba the decision making your side is nzuri. Kwa hivyo I want you to encourage, leo watu mkiengage na board, be candid, never use phrases. Tuseme ukweli pole pole, tuseme kwamba biashara lazima izalishwe pole pole. So on interest charges on our loans, as I've said that the short-term loans have interest of 12%. The long-term loans, the interest are 15%, reducing balance. If you translate them on monthly, it becomes, for the 12 months, for the 12%, that translates to 1% kila mwezi. You take a loan of 50,000, the first month unakatwa 1% of that 50,000. How much is it? 500 shillings, ndio? Mpaka urudi maybe ulipe 50 kwa baadaye. Na ukiaccumulate your pesa for a whole year, someone takes 50,000. Unapata analipa kwa sako maybe shilingi 3,000. Do the mathematics. Prove me wrong. Yana nakana pesa zako 50k na anakuletea only shilingi 3,000. You still say Faridi is high on interest, we will not land. Our second loans are the long-term loans. The long-term loans are at 15%. Per month, that's 1.25%. Some of you will correct me where my calculator goes wrong. Again, in Amanishi, if you took 50,000, the first interest, your first month is 1.25% of that 50. Maybe it will be slightly above 500 shillings. And then the rest will be slightly, the last one will be slightly, maybe 25 shillings or thereabout. Again, if you accumulate, the part is just slightly above the 3,000 kidogo. So I want to invite delegates one by one to my office. Kujeni tupige hesabu. Maybe that's my work. So that I make you to understand, you will grow this institution. But to our members generally, wanapenda ile praises, waambie tu kwamba, ama blame, general blame. Tell them the truth, kwamba our interest income, yenye tume earn from the Sacco, has grown from 139 million to 156 million, na ndio hii on page 31. Our dividend, iko kwa page 33, for statement of changes in equity, has grown from 15 million to 18 million. Na bado tunapeana nini? Loans. I want to finish with the last point here ya Njiru. CPA Njiru, Anthony came from Nairobi kutuambia. Wanajua hivi tukisema na CPA wa around aieleweki. Lakini kama CPA kutoka mbali anakuja, people understand. But mimi nataka kusema yangu na niwaachie. The loans we disbursed last year are 2 billion. Kila mtu aseme 2 billion. Because tunajua tujazoea kusema hizo. Alafu the deposits we receive. Maybe let's use the balance sheet on page 32. On page 32, you realize kwamba our total loans zimegrow to 2.4 billion. Sawa. Hizo ni loans too, but this is our biggest asset, 2.4 billion. Lakini the deposit that is supposed to fund that activity is only 1.4. Do you know where we will be going to if we enter our deposit contribution leo hii na sasa hata tuwe interest tunaenda kwa bank borrowing just to do business? Tutataka hiyo kweli? That should not be allowed in this circle. Mimi nimewaambia, and that remains the truth. And then now on the other bit, so generally the guide is this from my position as CEO. The guiding you people is that the regulator approved our financials happily. Wakasema mwende mlipe hizi pesa zenye mmesema, pay them to the members and inform that we have gladly approved them. Number 2, wakasema endeni mubuni mbinu za kujenga deposits to match the loan demand. Because do you know why? We have a lot of loan demand. Na nasikia watu wanapost kwa mitandao, I'm yet to meet some of them. The reason is this: in back office, we give you these loans times 3 of your deposits. Yani wewe ulileta 500 kaweka kwa shares zako pap, si ndio? 500. So times 3 of the 500,000 gives you a loan of 1.5 million in back office. Si ukweli? You come to Forza ukasema unajua sasa mimi sasa hivi Forza ana nataka loan. Tukasema sawa kuja. Tunakupatia using the same 500,000, another times 3, you get 1.5 million. Naendelea vizuri. Alafu sasa siku hizo walimu, hata gavana amesema kwamba hata sisi bado ni wafanyabiashara. Sasa ungekuja, sinajua sasa mimi sasa hivi ni mfanyabiashara, nalima miwa, nafuga kuku. Nataka loan ya business, ya biashara, si ndio? Kasema, you give me on my shares, how much? A loan times 3, you take another 1.5 million. Cumulatively, how much is that? 4.5 million. So umeleta 500, lakini end of the day you want to go home with 4.5 million. Are we growing? Who is cheating who? So end of the day tunasema kwamba Faridi anakaa wataki kuongeza dividend. Lastly come to a balance sheet. Madam Jackie namalizia. On page 32, I want us to look at cash and cash equivalents item. Hizo ndio pesa tulikuwa nazo by end of December. The previous year tulikuwa na 178 million kwa bank. Last year tukakuwa na 143 million kwa bank. Hiyo ndio pesa tuliweka tufanye biashara nayo, kupeana ninyi loans. Alafu tena baadaye tulipe dividend na interest this year. So if you are able to say kwamba tuongeze interest na on deposit the rate from 156 million maybe to get up to 160 million ama 180. Nataka sasa kuuliza ninyi, tungetoa wapi hiyo? Mnataka sako yenu itoe wapi? Because we don't want to go for a bank loan. And ndio sababu kwa board tumekaa tukaanzisha campaign. We will involve you people. The campaign we have indicated to do this year, kwamba we will come to you and say we want to safeguard our position of not going to borrow externally. So we want to ask you, kwamba let us make entice our members to boost their deposit contribution. Those who will boost the deposits and they will not take loans, so others will benefit from that. When we boost our deposits, this is what is going to happen. We are going to meet our loan demand at the right time, and when it is required, and you'll be able to have this money. And when you have this money, ndio sababu umeona hapa kwa chairman's proposal that we may also be thinking this way, that we need to reserve. When the Sacco reserves, you'll be able to beat any shocks that come by.
I want to say that as you look at the report, you realize that Faridi is Cooperative Bank and Cooperative Bank is Faridi. So I want to bring greetings from the bank, and I want to declare again that in 2026, the bank is committed to walk the journey with Faridi Sacco. And I want to tell you that this year we'll even have better dividends because all the writings are on the wall. So we said, I want to reiterate what I said last time, that let's support the management here. All that good work that you are seeing, it has come due to the dedicated board, through the EPO leadership of the chairman, and the management through Brother CPA Dismas. So just support them, and we say that, you see, let us be ambassadors of our what?
Sacco, Chris Wanyangu, the branch manager, National Bank Busia branch. Allow me to appreciate the leadership of the chairman and the entire board for the good work they have done, and also to extend this appreciation to the delegates, because through your commitment and members, we stand here, we are proud of the figures that have been announced. So I must say thank you. As National Bank, we are glad to walk this journey. I think we are the oldest bank in this environment, and we've been able to support Faridi for a number of years. We are very key, especially in terms of providing solutions, mostly from the government through pension payment, and of course, a number of you are also banking with the National Bank.
My name is George Afodi, the branch manager at Family Bank. When you look at the booklet, there are banks that Faridi Sacco are partnering with. I've seen National Bank, I've seen Cooperative Bank, my friend John, and I've also seen KCB. The only bank I've not seen is Family Bank. But I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for getting an invitation to come. It means we also have something to offer. And just as my friend John has said, whatever you can't get in Faridi, you can get in Cooperative Bank or National Bank. I can say whatever you can't get in Faridi and you can't get in Cooperative and National, you can get in Family Bank. So I'm inviting you to Family Bank and the Sacco. We have a very good proposal which I will be putting forward through the board and the CEO. What if you go to buy a vehicle in Mombasa and you don't carry cash? There is no Faridi Sacco in Mombasa, isn't it? But you can still withdraw your money in any family bank, anywhere.
Pia Cusco imeingia katika season ya shida kwa sababu tunaishi maisha ya misimu. Sinaitwa misimu? Tunaishi maisha ya misimu. Sasa season yetu ya shida ndio imeingia. Sasa tuko kwa hiyo season ya shida. But tunaamini Mungu ya kwamba tutaweza kuepuka hiyo shida na tutaweza kusimama imara. Lakini Cusco iko committed kufanya advocacy work. We are still doing advocacy work. Bado utetezi tunafanya kwa sababu hiyo ni kazi yetu. Bado tunafanya educational training. Tuna capacity build for SACCOs na bado tunafanya research and consultancy. So katika hiyo kazi tumebobea na bado tunaendelea kufanya. Lakini katika zile shida ambazo tunazo tunaendelea kutatua. So tunaomba mtushike mkono na tuendelee pamoja. Asante.